Myself, Raven Knight, and Mr. Miami, Justice J. And I forgot who else it was in the chat room at 2:30 in the morning. And I was about to go to sleep at 2:47 in the morning, and I get a text. Sorry, Manzano, you lose this one. I get a text from Big Money Sean telling me that Carlos Correa went to the Mets. But we're not going to start there. We'll talk about that. So Big Money Sean gets credit for that. I also give Manzano some credit. I don't know how the hell that happened, but it happened. Morning, everybody. I am up here for a specific reason. I wasn't going to be up here until my mother called me this morning and told me that Franco Harris, the main reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers became, you could argue, the greatest franchise of all time in the history of the NFL. You could argue them. You could argue the Green Bay Packers. You could say the Packers are one, and maybe the Steelers are two. But Franco Harris, who was the glue to the great Steel Curtain teams in the 1970s, passed away this morning at 72 years old. My mother told me that they're saying that quietly, because he's into that Hollywood stuff and celebrity stuff, that he died of a lot of stress. Remember, one of the reasons why you didn't see Franco Harris anymore was when the Joe Paterno Penn State scandal happened a decade ago. I can't believe it's been a decade since offensive, that defensive coordinator was doing what he was doing. And Franco Harris left the rest of us, left the NFL really, and was like put his loyalty and allegiance to Penn State football and to Penn State University. Franco took a lot of heat from guys like me a decade ago on sports talk radio. I ripped them hard. But give Franco Harris a lot of credit, folks. Um, this is a guy that this Saturday night, the night game on Christmas Eve, was the remake of the Immaculate Reception, 50 years to the day. They was going to retire Franco's number. This was going to be Franco Harris's week. And now guys like me mourning his death and celebrating his great career. Now, I never liked Franco Harris, but I'm not going to dog him up here this morning. That would be totally classless by me. There we go. I did what I wanted to do. There we go. But Franco was a damn good football player. Some people put him as one of the all-time greats. You could argue that. Argue that. No question about it. You could argue that about Franco Harris. Okay. And if I remember of Franco Harris, and I'm not going to dog him this morning because that would be wrong. So. But what I remember about him was in the Super Bowls when this guy will come through with big runs. I remember I was a huge Cowboy fan. That was my second team growing up as a kid. And I remember those tough runs he would make to break open the Super Bowl. And that shit used to piss me off. I never liked the Steelers. I never will. This is not about that this morning. About celebrating the great, great football players of all time. And on Friday night, it was going to do the Immaculate Reception and Franco Harris in a football life. And to hear what all the players were saying about Franco, about how much he meant to that franchise, and he did. And there's a couple of reasons why he did. Well, I could tell you one of the main reasons he did. I don't think Pittsburgh's changed in the last 50 years, so I'll just run with it. What he did was bridge a community together because he's half Italian from his mother's side and half um, African American from his dad's side. And back then, uh, things like this didn't really click in the early 1970s. But wait, his first name, and he went to Penn State, and the Immaculate Reception made him, in some people's mind, the greatest Steeler to ever play. A lot of Pittsburgh Steeler fans would tell you that. Between him and Joe Green, Jack Ham, Lambert, it's amazing what all the greatness the Pittsburgh Steelers have done in their history. It's the guys who people don't realize they really cater to. Heinz Ward. He's gonna always be up there in Steeler lore. Akuma, if you want to come up and talk about Franco Harris, you are always welcome because he's a big Steeler fan. Um, See, this hits home to me because Franco was part of my sports and and football NFL childhood was Franco Harris. Because my team, the Dolphins, was the rivals of the Steelers and the Raiders, and it was a triangle: Pittsburgh, Oakland, and Miami in the '70s in the NFL. Of course, I'm a Dolphin fan because that was the first team that my mother made me follow because I was only 6 years old when the Dolphins became a dynasty, and Pittsburgh was coming. The Immaculate Reception was the beginning of the Steel Curtain, and plus the 1974 draft. You could argue the greatest draft in the history of the sport. You know, you could compare it to the Bears getting Gale Sayers and Dick Butkus in '65, the Dolphins, all their great players, Zonka, Kick, um, Jake Scott, Dick Anderson, the '68 draft. You know, the Saints in '17, even though the Saints haven't won anything yet. There are some teams that just hit it out of the park, and there's other teams that don't. Pittsburgh hit it out of the park, folks. That '74 draft, when they finally cemented the steel curtain, they got Donnie Shell in that draft. They got Stallworth and Lynn Swan in that draft. And away they went. Pittsburgh fans like certain type of players. Like I said, as great as Ben Roethlisberger, well, I shouldn't say that. Let me put it another way. As good as Ben Roethlisberger was, to a lot of Steeler fans, he wasn't Heinz Ward. I think Pittsburgh hit the jackpot, but the problem with Pittsburgh is they never really embraced their quarterbacks. Pittsburgh, similar to the Chicago Bears in the NFC, is a franchise that they love power football and a great defense. I'm gonna get Akuma up here in a minute. We'll talk about the great Steeler teams of the '70s. His childhood too, just like my childhood. Um, this is a horrible loss. This is horrible. Um, I am stunned. And let me tell you something. For a 72-year-old man, Franco didn't look a day over 40, folks. That man kept himself up awesome. And that's the first thing my mother told me this morning when she called me. Folks, we lost a great one. We're going to talk about Franco Harris, and we're going to talk about where do the Steelers franchise go from here? Because this is stunning. I mean, the other players that they lost linked to steroid use. Remember the Steelers, those great Steeler teams, folks, they were ravaged with steroids. Mike Webster, a couple other guys, great players from that era. No, some was Joe Green was drafted in '69, and then they started putting the pieces together. The Franco Harris draft was good for them too, because that's where they got their linebackers. Lambert was in '74. Yes, Jack Lambert. They got Jack Lambert in '74. The '74 draft, they got Lambert in that draft too. You know, some guys I won't even get up and do this. Real talk. But I had to pay my respects to him, Franco, and you know, so my heart goes out to Steeler Nation as much as I can't stand Steeler Nation. But this is not about that today. This is about celebrating one of the all-time greats. And the reason why I'm giving him his due today is I was watching the previews all week of the his documentary on Friday night. Now I'm gonna watch it because he just passed away, and I think that episode is going to do massive numbers for NFL Network. Every player said he was the glue to the steel curtain. So if the players say it, it's true. Trust me on that. Believe it when his teammates all say it. Franco Harris, Frenchie Fuqua, and Rocky Blyer. They were nowhere near the Dolphins, uh, the perfect backfield, greatest backfield of all time in Morris, Kick, and Zonka. But it was pretty damn good, especially Franco and Rocky Blyer. So, all right. If Akuma wants to come up, you could come up, family. We'll talk about the life and the greatness of Franco Harris. That could have happened. That could have happened. Tony, that could have happened. Yeah, that could have happened. That they knew something was up with him and they was going to retire his number Saturday night. What I'm going to do is Saturday night is I'm going to watch the halftime ceremony when they retire his number. And wow. Let me get Akuma up here if he wants to come up here and talk about Franco Harris. This is all about Franco Harris. I'll talk about Correa later. As the Mets are trying to buy a championship. Wow. And if you are San Francisco, now it's looking more and more like you didn't want to pay Correa. Okay. But you got cold feet. And you know what's gonna happen to you, San Francisco, this year? You're gonna be you're gonna be a last place team. That's what's gonna happen to you. All right, let's go. Kuma, you in there? Let's go. Come on up. Talk about the life and times of Franco Harris. And like I said in the beginning of this sad morning, Franco with the scandal in Penn State, That's why the beautiful damn, I forgot her name now. She used to work for the Yankees forever. Oh, uh Kim Jones. Yankees fired her because she dedicated everything into the Penn State alum. Lisa Salters was into it too, but Lisa was told by her peoples to lay back, lean back from it. And that was a wise thing for Lisa. That's why she's still working for ESPN/Disney and ABC. She kept her job. Kim Jones had some cojones. I don't know where Kim Jones is at now, but she was an NFL Network for years. I don't know what's happened to her. She's disappeared. Hope everything's okay with her. But yeah, the Yankees got rid of Kim Jones because of that. And a lot of people, Yankee fans, were not happy that uh, Hank Steinbrenner did that move. Okay. Most of the Steelers dynasty, the 70s, all gone. There are a lot of Steelers still alive from that dynasty. The Miami guys are dying off. Pittsburgh guys are still around. Still around. Except for Webster and a couple other linemen. Finesse. Because it was proven about those guys. All right, Akuma said, I'm dropping the link right now, Akuma. There you go, family. Let me also say this about the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. Love them, hate them. You got to respect the Rooney family, and it is devastating. Devastating to that family, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Manzano, I want to focus more. I'll let you stay up, but I want to focus more on Akuma because Akuma grew up with this group, with the Steel Curtain. So,
No, that's why I'm gonna come up. Can you guys? I probably never saw him play. Can you explain the greatness to me of a Franco Harris, please?
Oh, it's easy. In the big games, in the Super Bowls, he will always come through with big touchdown runs, like 50 yards, 40 yards. He broke the Cowboys back, especially the second one, the 1978 Super Bowl 13. And you're going to see that footage all week long when he made that great touchdown run in Super Bowl 13 in the Orange Bowl. How he destroyed the Vikings. Franco, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl 9.
And I asked you this in the chat, Mace. I'm not sure if you answered it, but would Franco essentially be a fullback in today's NFL?
No, he'll be a running back, a big back. Franco Harris was a big man.
But he was fast. He was pretty quick.
He was pretty quick, but he wasn't fast.
Okay.
He wasn't O.J. Simpson, guys like that. Three of the greatest running backs in history of the sport: Jim Brown, O.J. Simpson, and Franco Harris all wore number 32, and Marcus Allen. So, no, Marcus didn't wear 32. What the number did Marcus Allen wear? 28? No, he did wear 32. So, four of the greatest running backs in the history of the sport wore number 32.
The sad part about it is, Mace, too, the great running backs from that era in the 70s are dying off. I think Zonka's the only one that's alive.
And Mercury Morris and all right, here he is. This first time I'm having him, but there's a special reason why he is up here today. Me and him have a very cool relationship. It's Akuma, one of the biggest Steeler fans I know, is here. I'm gonna take off the Athletic Sphere screen and put us all on the screen. Thank you for coming up in this devastating time, man.
Good morning, ladies. What's up, man?
I'm good, man.
Yes, sir. Good to
reflect on Franco, bro. You love the Steelers. That's your squad.
Well, honestly,
reflect on him.
Only reason I'm talking this morning is because they would have told me to do the same thing, to be honest. So I'm not really feeling super comfortable, but I have to be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no better time than the present for some things.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. So I probably met Franco for the first time at my family reunion
Nice.
when I was about 10 years old
Mm-hmm.
because the white is my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So the white was there and Franco showed up to give him support. And I'm just a little kid in the corner of the room, probably about 11 or 12 years old, just watching these two grown men having a humble conversation, like just regular people, but you can feel in their presence that they've been through some wars together. Like there's just a different energy about them, man. It's crazy, man. I've seen this man stand in rooms humbly and just be quiet and just have a starry look in his eyes and really bring some light to a room without saying anything. So it's a little different right now.
Pittsburgh, that Steeler group from 72 to 70 to 82, been for a hell of a lot of wars. That group together, they stuck to. That was the good old days. Young fell teams stayed together. Um, Let me ask you this: you out there in that neck of the woods? Let me ask you this: how devastating this is for Pittsburgh, the city of Pittsburgh, the surrounding areas, and the community and their fan base out there.
Oh man, Franco Harris, you think he's just a football player, but this man literally shows up to my family's funerals and just he's the type of person like he just stands by the door in his suit, smiles, greets everybody, is very nice and polite. He's just a member of the community. Like beyond football, you respect him on both ends. So it's really from West PA, it's a loss, man. It's a loss. It's a loss.
Yeah, my mother called me this morning at 7:15, and she tells me that Franco Harris passed away. I said, "What?" Because in the football life, they've been pushing the commercials since last Friday. Uh, Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swan, they all said that Joe Green. But if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be um the Steel Curtain dynasty. And people have to understand, back in the 70s, football was totally different. You didn't have the air raid you have now. Back then, if you had a great offensive line, a great defensive line, and a power running game, you win Super Bowls. The only team that was really finesse back then was Dallas. Everybody else, you needed a power running game to get you where you needed to go. And Franco Harris, folks, like I said, and people know up here, I'm not a Steeler fan, but this guy in the big games came through with big runs and big touchdown runs. So
I actually have to go back and watch some clips because I was born in '92. So I knew him as a person more than a football player, which is crazy to me. Like,
watch, I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna show the Immaculate Reception game on Friday on NFL Network. Go to YouTube or Google. Go to Super Bowl 9. Just put that in, and especially in YouTube, they probably have the whole game. Watch him there, or watch him against the I'm gonna say the Steelers, Super Bowl 13 against Dallas, the second one, Super Bowl 13. I'm gonna say it was late in the third quarter when he had that big 43-yard touchdown run to break the Cowboys back. Watch that.
I will.
Real
Thank
talk.
you, sir.
Yeah,
Oh
watch
man,
that. I remember that like that happened 5 minutes ago. Real talk.
it's good to finally talk to you, Mace. Man, I wish it was under better circumstances, but you know what I'm saying.
You're always welcome up here, man. Whenever you want to come in the room and say what's up, you're always welcome. You know that.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, man. Appreciate you, man. I'll
Happy
be out here.
holidays, my brother. God bless you, man.
Sir, you as well, man. Good to hear from you. Good to talk to you,
man.
finally.
It's always good to see you, man. Appreciate you so much.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna work on these eulogy things because I've never been good with my words in these type of situations. So
I know, man. It's tough, bro. Especially that you personally know the man, and it's a tough loss for everybody in the NFL, but especially in Western PA and Steeler Nation and that community, which is a very tight community out there. People don't realize that.
yeah, like he's to the point he'll show up to the churches in places of West PA you have no clue even exists unless you're from there. He'll be all through West PA, just showing up and just spreading positive energy. So yeah, it's a loss, but we're gonna keep that memory alive. We're gonna keep some young hustlers gonna step up too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna catch up with you soon. I'm gonna be in the chat.
No problem, man. And thanks for coming up, reflecting on the life of Franco Harris, man. Appreciate that.
I just hope I did him a little justice today, man.
Yeah,
That's all.
you sure did, man. Especially that you met the man a couple of times.
Man,
Appreciate you.
sure, thank you, man. Be here like
Man.
say.
What's up, Shake?
What's good, man? How you doing, Macey? Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you good. We're mourning the death of Franco Harris this morning, and
Oh yeah.
and celebrating the big games he played. People are gonna see the full edition of the Immaculate Reception on Friday. They was gonna show it anyway, and he was the football life, and then this happens. Tony Manzano brings up a good point. He said, maybe the NFL knew something that they wouldn't let out. You know, so we lost a great one, folks. If you're a Steeler fan, it's a sad day, especially during the holidays, to lose one of the all-time great players, Franco Harris. I'm not a
Oh yeah.
Franco Harris fan, but I give the man a lot of respect. You know, in that era, Miami started it with their dynasty. Pittsburgh then had their dynasty, and in the '70s. So, I see you, Iman. I see you, family. Morning to you. So, I said, let me come up here and pay this man his respects. You
Yep.
know, very rarely do we lose an icon, especially a Pittsburgh icon in Franco Harris. You know, I remember earlier this year we lost Jake Scott and Jim Kicken. I was devastated about that. So lost another one of my childhood guys, even though he was my team's rival, but he was a great one. Good morning,
Oh, yeah.
Iman. How you doing? Rest in peace, Franco Harris. Yes, I said I had to come up here and give the brother his due. And again, the one thing Franco Harris did that people don't realize is that he brought that community together. He really did.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And one thing I gotta say too is like, for instance, one thing about football is you may hate that guy on Sunday, but you have after that you have respect for him. One like for instance, Bruce Smith. I hated the guy, but at the end of the day, I have nothing but respect for his career and his legacy, man. You know.
Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from because if Bruce Smith, what happened to Bruce Smith, I'd freaking mourn him, even though he was one of the teams that he was one of the teams I hated the most. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. To me, it's devastating to see that you wake up this morning with what 3 days away from Christmas and you're hit with this news.
oh yeah,
I was like, I gotta get up and do a Franco tribute. You know, it's just I don't know. You know, for me, the way I sound is because he was a guy who I looked at as a rival, but you know, and I didn't really, I couldn't stand him. Well, I respected
Yeah.
the hell out of him,
Oh yeah.
and that's why I came up here today. I said I may not like his ass, but I know this man was a big time player, and that's
Oh
all
yeah.
that matters. You
Exactly.
know.
Like Jim Kelly. I hate I hate and I hate the Buffalo Bills, but at the end of the day, when I found out he had throat cancer, I prayed for him that that he recovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had a Buffalo guy in here yesterday morning, and I
Mm-hmm.
asked him about. Shout out to Dan, by the way. Good morning to him, and I asked him about Jim Kelly. How's Jim Kelly doing? He told us that he was cancer. Me and Tony that he's cancer free, and then I told
That's
him
what's up.
why I like Jim Kelly. I love Jim Kelly, so I hate him as the Bills. You ain't lying. I couldn't stand him with that Bill uniform, but uh, he'll always be the guy who started the Miami Hurricane program. Joe Paterno didn't want him because Paterno wanted him to be a linebacker, and Howard Schellenberger was the only one that gave him a scholarship to be a quarterback. So Manzano, you listening? Come on up, bro. Come on up, Tony, for the rest of the whatever time you want to stick around. I had to talk to Akuma because he's a big Steeler fan. So unbelievable. And
Yeah, man. My best friend who passed away in 2015, I have his Steelers towel with me, so I know a lot about the Steelers.
yeah, I grew up on a whole community of Steeler fans. I can't stand them. That's another reason why I couldn't stand them. Goddamn
Yeah,
terrible towels, man. Speaking of terrible
yeah.
towel, I'm gonna get Karina a terrible towel. I promised her that. I'll get her one. Yeah, it's horrible. Um, Good job, Raven. 'Cause I know you guys hate them more than anybody else. Cowboy fans. I was a big Cowboy fan as a kid growing up, and I couldn't stand Pittsburgh to this day. But I respect the hell out of their organization. And what I was going to look up? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you know. So we're gonna find out how he passed away. No one knows yet. Yeah, NFL website celebrating Franco Harris right now. So Pittsburgh, heart goes out to you, and wow, you know it's devastating. Carlos Correa in the middle of the night, Big Money Sean hit me up with a text and signed a 12-year, $315 million deal with the Mets. Wow.
Damn.
Mm-mm-mm. So the Mets keep spending that money. See how this is a terrible towel.
Who you say your baseball team was again?
My baseball team is the California Angels.
Okay, okay.
I could Karina. I could have one of these terrible. I'll get her
Yeah,
one of
man.
these.
Me, I'm a default home team, so.
One thing about me, brother, I do not support my home teams. That's one thing about me. I do not support the home teams.
No.
No. I'm just keeping it real. I do not support the home teams.
Yeah, the only home team I don't support is the Canes. I don't.
I get the feeling I know why.
But and what's funny is like, well, if they told me if they put a gun in my head and said you have to support a home team, I'd be an FIU fan before I'll be a Canes fan. I don't give a shit if we don't win a championship. That's what I'd be rooting for. It's kind of like how the Mets are Mets fans because they were Dodger fans that refused to be Yankee fans.
Yeah, you could say that. Let me read what Raven's saying. Good morning, David. Good to see you, family. My boy David Bowman's in the chat. Raven Knight's back. Guys like me and Raven get no rest. Oh man. Correa
It's a
signs
shame.
for saying.
No, I'm saying it's a shame because the Dodgers is a historical franchise. They did a lot of big things, a lot of things to improve baseball, in my opinion. I don't know why they left. You know why they leave?
Yeah, I know why they left. A better real estate deal in California. That's why they left. If they wanted to
Okay.
build a brand new Ebbets Field instead, they turned that to a goddamn housing facility down in Brooklyn. I never go to Brooklyn really. I'm not. It's not me. So let me read what these guys are saying. Let me get to Raven when he said, "Don't go to see any racist DC films." Now on, yeah, he's fired up about that. FDC Comics and brothers sure do love them, old slave owners. Yeah, of course. Rest in peace, Franco. That's right. Look at that. Dave Bowman even know about Franco. Look at that. Hey, Dave, I know you like sports, bro. Yo, Dave, put in the chat. What teams do you like, bro? Put it in the chat. I'm curious to see this. If even a little bit of Franco's greatness rubbed off on me, I'll be all right. Haha. Yeah. Yo, Dave, I didn't even know you like sports, bro. The name change of Raven gets you sometimes. Yeah, man. Oh, I was gonna say, I would like Tony to get back up in here. Um, because I was segueing to Saturday and Sunday. And for the rest of the week up here, folks, we will only focus on Saturday's games and Sunday's big one down in Miami.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
McFleur.
nothing against the NBA and nothing against the everything else, panels up here talking about other shit. Not the rest of the week. The rest of the week, we are doing nothing but football. I'll be on tomorrow night. It's Mr. Miami's birthday. We'll celebrate it. Jaguars and Jets, another big game for both teams. Jaguars are surging at the right time, and Tennessee is falling apart. They're now 500, a game ahead of Jacksonville. So
Oh man. Hey man, your boy McFleur is coming to town Sunday, baby. McFleur will be in the building.
That's Mr. Miami. He's obsessed with Matt LaFleur. Yeah, he's obsessed with LaFleur.
McFleur, yeah, McFleur. He's in the building.
He will be the thumbnail, by the way, everybody, for Sunday's game. Him and Mike McDaniel.
And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Not only is McFleur coming to Mike McFleur, but his brother McFleur will be in the last game of the Sunday. So we're gonna get two McFleurs as to end the season at
Oh,
home.
is Tony pumped up for this game, bro?
Hey, by the way, it's Miss Miami's birthday tomorrow.
Yes, it is. Tomorrow night we're gonna celebrate it.
Hey man, thank God. I'm gonna give me because I know he likes cigars. I'm gonna give me a nice little cigar. I'm gonna be there. I ain't gonna miss it for anything in the world, brother. I'll be there
Yeah, we'll
tomorrow.
have a good time with Miami tomorrow.
I'm gonna give me a nice cigar. I'm gonna drink some Hennessy in his honor.
Yeah, man.
Or I might do Cavassier and Cherry Coke. I haven't decided yet. But either way, it's going down.
Yeah, Miami pumped up for his birthday tomorrow. We'll celebrate it. Number 52 for Mr. Miami. It was funny last night. I forgot what we were talking about up here late. And I said, yeah, I lifted you up this time, Mr. Miami, and let you throw the, oh, it's the baseball cards. I said, yeah. I lifted you up so you could hold the baseball cards, and you threw them over the place, and Mom was screaming at you. Was cracking up.
But I tell you what, man. One thing about Mr. Miami is there's people that I don't know. I'm sure you. There's many times where the first day you meet them, you vibe with them like you knew for your whole life. That's how I feel about Mr. Miami. There's something about
I've
him
never.
that me and him gel so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What you say?
and now I was gonna say, I have never, ever, I've never, me and him disagree on certain things. He gets mad
Yeah.
when, like when I talk about Jordan Love, he hates it, bro.
Oh
and,
man.
and he be saying snide remarks towards me, and like I let it bounce off me because
Yeah.
I'm glad that he has some backbone, bro. Because people think he's just this guy that's hanging around, and I told people, no, he ain't like that with me. That's my boy. We rolled together because he's been a D1 since TD's room,
Mhm.
and that's why I love him and Sean and other people. Because look, I have nothing against TD at all,
Of
but
course,
the
me neither.
and we do things differently. What he does, where I scratch my head, is it's the same people all the time. And I think, to each his own. But
Yeah,
with
yeah.
me, I let whoever wants to come up as long as they're bringing something to the table. I had a Buffalo guy up here yesterday morning, bro, with me and Tony. Guy made a
Yeah.
whole lot of sense. You
Well, the
know,
thing about it is with TD too is he lets everybody he lets anybody up there too, but a lot of people hate
act
him
stupid,
because of his views. I'm like, damn man, this is football. This ain't fucking real life. I mean,
and
it's real life.
that's one of the reasons why Shake those guys hate me because I tell the truth and they don't like it.
No. And one
And
thing about TD is one thing and I will respect. One thing that I give him $10 a month on his channel, and the only reason I do it is because TD is as a person as he sees a guy who's doing dolphin content and is genuinely doing a good show and needs help, he will help him out, help him raise his viewership and not expect nothing in return. That's the
I
type of
just
brother
think
I love.
I have no problems with Tony. Tony's one of the reasons why I'm doing this because he gave me inspiration during the COVID in 2020. I just think that me and him do things differently, and the reason why I said that was Mr. Miami, Sean, those guys didn't feel appreciated over there. Manzano's another one they used to totally ignore. I was in the chat room for that. And I told him, I said one day, I said, Manzano, just come to my room, bro. You could talk in my room, bro. Because the one thing I learned doing this is if you don't bring people along with you, you lose. I mean, I know guys who have over 150,000 subscribers. When you go in their room, no one's there. You know,
Yeah.
and one of the reasons why, I just don't say it out loud to them. But I say in my mind, well, maybe if you didn't alienate your audience so much, you know, and a lot of concept creators do that. They alienate their audience, bro. I try not to do that. I try to just speak how I feel, what I see, what I hear, and people don't like that. That's their problem. That's not mine.
No.
And what makes me laugh even more, Shake, and Pete had this problem with me. When it comes out, what I'm talking about is correct. He gets in his little ways, bro. But I like Pete. I miss Pete in here. We all do. There's another man.
The
Yeah, go ahead, Shake.
only thing I hate is when he talks over people. That's it. Other than that, I have no issues with him.
You're welcome, Akuma. Anytime you need some advice, come to me.
Everybody. By the way, how's Miss Melina doing? I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, she wasn't up here. Was she up here last night for a little bit? No, she wasn't. She was in the chat room. But she's doing good. You know, Melina's doing good.
Okay.
Fucking Raven's crazy.
Oh man.
Raven's fucking crazy. Little Rock. What's up, family? Good morning to you, bro. Happy days are here again, Raven. Oh man, Shake. Let me tell you something, Shake. You meet a lot of
What's up?
strange people doing this stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh,
man.
trust me.
Oh man.
I'm a
Oh
strange
man.
person. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a weirdo myself. So
I am too, but
you
you
know.
know, everybody knows I'm a weirdo, bro. How aloof I am, man. Oh man. Just Jay is in the building this morning. Good morning, love. Everybody, congratulations to all of you guys yesterday. Even you, Raven. Man, we were all supporting the beautiful Brownie Ellie. She was scared to death, that beautiful little girl, but she came through with flying colors. And I always told her, if you have people that really appreciate you, that's what matters. For that goes for everybody. You know. What's up, Darkness? Yeah, Franco Harris passed away this morning. Yeah. That's why I'm up here, Darkness. Yeah, Franco Harris. The Mets, Sean, Big Money Sean, hit me up at 2:48 in the morning, and I was trying to get some sleep, and told me that Carlos Correa, who the Giants reneged their contract offer to him, and the Mets swept in and got Correa for 12 years, $315 million to play with his childhood buddy Francisco Lindor. So the Mets spending money. Their owner has spent over $700 million on 7 players in the last 3 weeks. So that man's putting his money where his mouth is. I can also tell you this: they are better than the Yankees now. Yeah, I heard about that about Franco. So underrated darkness gets his rich. His owner has spent over $700 million on 7 players. No, make it 8 players. They re-signed Octavado yesterday. So the Mets are spending that money. Raven. Caught that out about the Nika Marie, bro. Oh man. Cut that out. Oh man. All right, Franco. I'll do Franco for 10 more minutes, and then when we get to the hour mark, we'll go to Korea. We'll talk about anything you want, including the NFL. It's a good NBA night tonight. Milwaukee's at Cleveland. Portland will have their rematch with Oklahoma City tonight. If you missed the game Monday night, Jaguar, uh, I guess that's his name, Georges. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but that kid hit a turnaround jumper with no time left to beat the Blazers on Monday night. Who's Eric? Which guy is Eric, bro? Which Eric you talking about? That is true. Athletes, musicians, and warriors at the highest of level get respect no matter where they go. That is true. This guy's Raven getting too excited about the Nika Marie. I'm up here with Shake Money. We like Manzano to come back up here. If Darkness wants to come up here, he's welcome. So, whew, man. I went to bed, folks, at 10 to 3 because Sean gave me the news um about Carlos Correa. So again, shout out to him, bro. Me and Sean got that bet on Sunday. I forgot what it was, but it had to do with Green Bay on Sunday. Um, Tony tells me that in all these Dolphins rooms, Shake, they think this is going to be an easy game.
Yeah, I was he was on actually he came on Larry K's panel yesterday, and I was like, you know what's funny is I asked him, I said, listen, me and him, we've been on panels together, right? I said, name one game where where a Dolphins fan actually genuinely said that Dolphins were going to lose this game. So it's not just Green Bay. They think every game is an easy game until they lose, and they're like, oh man, they're difficult. They were a hard opponent. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, of course, of course. That's why I don't be in those rooms, bro.
all I know is this is and I triggered a lot of people by saying this, and I don't give a fuck. Last year we fired a coach because we were on a 7 losing game streak, right? All right, let me paint a better picture. You ever been driving, right? And this asshole, he's behind you, he's pulling up, he's on your bumper, then he goes around and hauls ass, and then you see that same fucker at the red light, you're like, look, motherfucker, all that speed you're doing, we caught up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say that to say this. Last year, we went on a 7-game losing streak, right? This year, and think about this, we're 1 game better than we were last year. If we lose, we're going to be at the same point we were last year. So at the end of the day, we shit on Brian. They shit on Brian Flores, not we, because I'm not saying we because we did it, but they shit on Brian Flores for being for that 7-game losing streak. But guess what? If we lose, it doesn't matter if it's 7 in a row or 7 separated. 7 losses is 7 losses, bro. With better weapons and better offensive coaching, we're still in the same fucking spot we were last year.
Shake, that's why guys like Ian and myself, this is why we respect you so much, bro. Because I'll tell you right now, if I go to other guys' rooms, and I'm not going to drop their names, you know who they are, they will never say what you just said. Real talk. They will never say it.
I know they make excuses. Well, this year's schedule is harder than last year. No. If you're that good team that you say you are, doesn't matter who the fuck you're playing. You're gonna beat them no matter what.
Yeah.
If you're that team, you're gonna beat a team no matter what. No matter what if you have excuses, then you're not that team. Sorry to say that, but you're not.
The scary thing is, I was saying this yesterday. I don't know if you know this, but this guy overtook Tyreek Hill yesterday. Oh, no. Tua, Tyreek Hill, Armstead, and the fullback all won their positions in the Pro Bowl voting. And if you look at the Miami side of it with their media, they're all loving it. And then you look at the national media, and the national media is right about this. It's the sicko fan base who got those guys in to start.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking about Tua the other day, and I said, bro, he's not, in my opinion, he's not a top 10 quarterback. He's in that middle tier, which is damn good for the Dolphins. They haven't had a quarterback like that, and God knows when. He's like, in my opinion, he's like in the 10 to 12 range, which is damn good. You can win with a quarterback like that. But I think it's crazy how Tuanon and the fan base, to me, the only guy who should be on the Pro Bowl for the Dolphins is Tyreek Hill. That's it. I think everybody else does not deserve.
And I'd say Jalen Water too, as a or as a backup or something like that. Not first string Pro Bowler, but I would say second string Pro Bowler.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Dolphin fandom, and they're gonna be all gloating and stuff. And I will say it for the public to hear: when they make when they don't make the playoffs, family, no one's gonna care that they made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Better win. You got 3 chances to win 2 or maybe all 3. Just do it. Cause bro, and there'll be no excuses for them because remember, if the Chargers make it ahead of us as the 6th seed, when we played them 2 weeks ago, they had 6 defensive starters out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And you know what's funny is last year we were two, and people don't want to say this. Everybody wants to put the Atlanta loss and the Jaguar loss on strictly on Flores, but at the end of the day, the defense. At the end of the day, Monopoly Money Man Sanders missed 3 field goals. If he would have been perfect field goal, made all his field goals last year, we would have won those 2 games. Those are the facts. And everybody wants to say it was Flores' fault because, you know,
Hey, look, I got nothing against the coach we have now,
I don't either.
but Flores, to me, you saw improvement, and you said something just 2 minutes ago never crossed my mind. If they lose 2 more games, it's the same place you were a year ago. Crazy. The
Last year,
Dolphins.
this time last year, we had the 7th spot in hand. The 7th spot was in hand. All we had to do was win out. If we won every game, but we lost that Tennessee game, and that's it. But had we won every game, we would have that 7th seed was secure. We didn't have to rely on any teams losing. All we had to do was win out, and we lost the Tennessee game. There we go. Out.
Yeah, I remember exactly where I was. I was in the hospital, bro, in pain, man. And I'm listening to TD and I'm listening to TD and EM and my and oh, Insanity. And everything I used to say in here, they said it that night. And I was in pain, but I wrote to EM and his DM and Instagram the next day. I said I was so proud of you that you all came to my side of the picture, and I said, "Welcome to the dark side." And then ED said to me, "I hope you feel better, bro. I heard about your situation. Yeah, I mean, I just, to be real with you, man, I distance myself from everybody else, bro.
Definitely.
I mean, once I see you got clowns in your room, bro, I'm like, no, I'm not checking for this, bro. I'm just not into that, bro. I'll give you a guy I like, Shake Davison. I saw you that night with the nice suit on, macking.
Oh yeah.
I like CB a lot. I do. I like CB.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to get him up here, bro, for a one-on-one. I like CB a lot, bro. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I like him. He does a good job, with his liquor cabinet behind him. Yeah, I heard you guys last week. You was talking about they should have got Waquan Smith. I agree with you 1,000%. and you will get Waquan at a much cheaper price. But I do like Bradley Chubb though. I think Bradley Chubb, you know, next year with a new defensive mind running the defense, and believe me, folks, uh Rodgers goes nuts against the Dolphins on Sunday. I promise you. Monday morning, our good buddy the DC is gone, bro.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Listen. At
Somebody
the end of
brought
the day,
that up. Yeah, go ahead.
I say more sacks is more sacks. I don't care. At the end of the day, we're getting more sacks now than now. Even if it's not with Bradley Chubb, we're still getting more sacks, and he's part of the equation. He, at the end of the day, he's also filling in the void for Emmanuel Agba too. You
Facts.
know what I mean?
Facts.
So
Totally agree. I mean, man. I took the Packers and the over. I think this game's gonna be a shootout. Last team that has the ball wins.
yeah, I gotta take care of a little business. I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, take your time. Yeah, folks. Anybody sees Tony Manzano told him to get his ass up here? Ravens acting up again. Got Judge Jay saying, "Leave sis out of this. Keep that in your head." Yeah, he's obsessed with Danica. He is very obsessed with. What's up, Grinder?
What's going on, brother Mace? What's up? What's going on,
I'm
bro?
good, man. I'm good, man.
Hmm.
Auntie doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to jinx it.
What?
But the Knicks winning 8 in a row now.
Yeah,
I didn't know they were winning like this, man.
play them youngsters, but again, the coach want to go 6, 7 deep again. But I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm not. I'm not throwing it at it. Oh, did you hear the Mets made an agreement?
Yeah, I talked about that in the beginning of the platform. I talked about it a couple
Okay.
of minutes ago. Give Big Money Sean and Manzano a lot of credit, but more Big Money Sean, of course. Correa, who the Giants was got cold feet and didn't want to give more of that money. The Mets sure did. The Mets swooped up and did. And watch Correa have a watch Correa is only 28 years old. People don't realize that.
Right.
Watch Correa have 8 great years with the Mets.
Out of 12. Right.
Watch Correa have big years with the Mets.
And them 3 years. That's like, listen, at least we got 8 years.
You know the sad thing is, I mean, I shouldn't say sad because I don't really care about neither team. But now the Mets are clearly a much better team than the New York Yankees. Steve Katz has spent nearly $800 million on 8 players, folks. So that man has put his money where his mouth is.
Your Cohen's not playing, and so what they gonna do? So Corey, he gonna play shortstop,
And where they gonna put Lindor?
second base. I don't know
Lindor is
who.
a better. I hate. Correa to me because I watched both of them since they came into the league.
Hmm.
Lindor, wow, but they're best friends though. They're both from the Orlando area.
Yeah, they work it out.
They'll be on Team Puerto Rico, both of them in the World Games.
The World Games, yeah.
Uh, I guess they'll move Jeff McNeil to third base,
Third
or
base,
is he
yeah.
in left field? He's in
No,
left
he's in
field.
no part. No, so he in left field. No, he in left field. Yeah,
So maybe they put Correa at third. Man, he's a great fielder.
yeah, he is. I get it. I'm gonna tell you, the last few years, his fielding got better. Yeah,
And the
I agree
Mets,
with that.
so the Mets, that's another team, folks. All the pressure will be on them now
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
spent all this
all this
astronomical
money.
amount of
Yeah,
money.
yeah, because like I got up, I was getting ready. I was doing my getting ready for my live. Then some to check. I was going through. I was going to check you, but I said the SNY. They said we made an agreement. 12 years, 315 million. I'm like, I thought the Giants scooped them up.
Wow. You're a San Francisco fan right now. This is
That's
not your
good.
off season.
It's not good. Y'all be they got y'all like donuts. Y'all zero.
They're gonna be looked upon as a team that was scared to spend big money.
And you know Steve Cohen wasn't. He said, "Okay, I can't give you this, but look at this."
I'm pretty sure Frankie Lindor gave the owner a phone call and
Yeah,
said, "Go get my boy right now. He'll come."
he come. Don't worry about it. This is what he makes it go more. We tell you.
Yeah, you're
He said,
right.
"Boss." They said, "Boss, no, don't even worry about it. I got the rest. Don't." But I got it. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
I'll bring him here for you. He come. Don't worry about it. I got you. They said so. You know whatever it said to be the agreement, but the people were saying that it's still up in air. But you base as you follow, you know,
It's
you know how
crazy,
that
bro.
goes. It is a bit, yeah.
It's insane, bro. Let me go take a look
Hey,
at the
what's up, the underrated one? How you doing? How is my favorite Jets fan?
Grinder.
Yes, like Shake Money. How you doing, favorite Jeff?
Yeah.
You funny. You funny. I must say you my favorite Miami fan. How you feel?
It's another beautiful day in Zamunda.
Mm.
All right. And let me see.
Mm. But you know, Giants got cold feet. They scared spend that money. But the people, the Mets that follow the Mets, they say they very good that it's gonna happen. So I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna pull through. Just they working out certain things of the contract and physical and stuff. I believe that deal is gonna go through.
All right, Correa will play third base for the Mets.
Mm. Okay.
And by the way, Grinder, I like to say thank you for Pat Riley. I always thank the Knicks fans. Whenever I see a Knicks fan, I always thank him for Pat Riley. Thank you.
All right, so we ain't want to talk about CCCC. You was on good ground, then you bring up Pat Riley.
Well, the
Bring him
Knicks
in.
right now is the fifth seed in the East, and they've won 8 in a row. And the good thing about the Knicks, like the Trailblazers, they played a lot of road games already, and not too many home games.
Mm-hmm. And that's gonna help them a lot. The bonding. Just tell the coach, don't F it up. Don't F this up. Wherever it's working, keep working, please. Don't F it up.
Wow, so Correa. Wow. So the San Francisco Giants, and I want to hear Chris Russo this morning. They have totally whiffed on the offseason.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Mace, the
Yeah.
Knicks, the Knicks to me is like a guy in a hot dog eating contest. Eventually, they're gonna choke.
Shake Money. I'm trying to be nice, okay? You see, I'm rocking the Nick. Yeah, man. But y'all go check out my live, man. It's gonna be inspirational. It's gonna be at 10:35 this morning.
Yeah, I'll peek in, you know, uh, and say what's up. You know, I'll pop up from time to check you out.
Mm-hmm. I
And it,
forgot to post it
and
in
it,
the chat.
and,
So
and again, congratulations to Brownie Ellie yesterday. She was nervous as I never seen a young girl nervous to do a platform, and then one of the coolest things happened. She dropped the link, and all of her friends came up there. Just Jay, Fred Ward was popping up. I needed to have another day, bro. Joey the Serpent, a couple of ladies went up there. Mahogany was up there, and everything went smooth once her friends were there. So shout out to all the people, Just Jay, people in the chat. that supported her. Her fanboys were in there giving her flowers and kisses in the chat. So I'm happy for Brownie so much. I told her that she was up here last night to start the show and congratulated her. So the New York Mets, folks, continued to spin, spin, spin. Oh, I'm right here, fellas.
Okay.
God damn. Oh, this is the Mets situation. When the Giants when Steve Cohen, the owner, found out that the Giants reneged on the deal, he was having cocktails with, of course, with the women down in out in the Waikiki Beach out in Hawaii. And when he found out, he called Scott Boras, and uh, within 5 hours, the deal was done. And give the Mets a lot of credit, folks. I'm not a Met fan for damn sure, but give them a lot of credit, boy. That owner is putting his money where his goddamn mouth is. And I'll say it again. I wish he would have went after. It would have been fascinating if he would have went after Judge.
I totally agree with that.
I think if he would have gotten Judge, it will be an all-out war right now between the Yankees and the Mets, and that would have been awesome to see. Mace has a new L. Nixon raccoon beard kit. Shut up. Grinder still doesn't have hair on his face.
And never will either.
Just Jay's cracking up. Y'all done dragged me into some nonsense. That's them in the chat acting up. And T still has that skinny neck. What's for breakfast? For me, it will be a Pop Tart in a little bit while I take my medicine. And let's shake and underrated kick it. Jets, Jaguars tomorrow. I will be up here. Tomorrow night is Mr. Miami's birthday. We'll partying to the wee hours of the morning with him, and we'll have a good time up here. Guys like Shake is gonna have a little taste for him and salute, and we'll have a good time up here tomorrow night. So we'll celebrate Mr. Miami's 52nd birthday,
So that's a blessing.
and I'm
Yeah,
fasting right now for undisclosed reasons. I'll get some food this afternoon. Yeah, I feel you, family.
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Well, brother Mace, let me get ready for my live at 10:35.
Hey man, have a good one, man.
All right,
Appreciate
and
you coming up here, bro.
yeah, definitely. I'm
Thank you,
just
brother Grinder.
yeah, Shake Money. You keep up the good work and everything, and I'm just let people know if you're a Met fan, keep an eye on it because Steve Cohen is not playing. Makes you agree with that, right?
Of course.
He said he wants a World Series within 5 years.
Wants to
He's
be
not.
a,
He's spinning,
he wants
huh?
to beat the Yankees, and he
He
has.
wants to be. He wants the Yankee. He wants to be the intro of New York. Brother makes know exactly what he talking about. So I'm just saying like this: Met Yankees, y'all.
I'm gonna
Come
find the
listen.
old Mets theme song from the 1970s and start playing it.
Oh, beat the Mets.
Yes,
That's what the late great Ralph Kiner
yes.
was on.
I'm gonna find that clip and play it.
Yeah, beat the Mets. And also let people know about this. Willis Point on the seventh train is going to be popping. I'm just
It
letting you know
sure
right
is.
now. Willis
That
Point,
ticket's gonna be hard.
it's going to be
Yes.
hard to get. So I told people already, if you're going to get your tickets, you better purchase it right now because that's going to be a hard ticket. And the Yankee fans, I don't know what to say to you. I guess I'll be rocking like Mets stuff, man.
That Met Yankee interleague is going to be hot this summer.
Oh my goodness.
This is Steve Cohen is the old Steinbrenner right now.
Yeah, he don't care, and he wants, and you know, let me say one last thing, and he wants to stick it to the Yankees.
Of course he does.
Bad.
Don't we all?
Yeah, I got Yankee Gibb. I do. I mean, like, I want to see, I want to see Miss Relevant again. I do.
I'm sorry, I can't support neither team, but you know, living
I
in
want to
Yankee
see it.
land, living in Yankee land is brutal.
I'm telling you, the 7th train gonna be popping. I'm trying to tell you, the
Sure
7th train gonna be full.
Sure is.
You're gonna see hundreds of people going to Met. Y'all
Thousands. Yep.
thousands.
Yeah, Met
So
gear
if y'all
flying
get
off the
seats,
shelves right now
right?
for
Exactly.
Christmas.
If they play at 1:00, you better get there at 8:00 in the morning because the 7th. Once you take the train, that 7th train gonna be packed. The train, New York City train might have to add 2 more trains.
Yeah, Mets are going to be a big draw this year. And they are.
Yeah,
they really are.
All right, brother Mace, I'll holler at you.
Be good, man. Underrated Darkness, aka the #1 grinder. All right, folks. The rest of the week, beginning tonight. I'm not getting off yet. Jets and the Jaguars tomorrow night, which is a big game for, I think, more for the Jets than the Jaguars. But if the Jaguars do win that game, if a Tennessee lost, they'll be tied for first place. Let me check who Tennessee's playing this week. Okay, they got Dallas next Thursday night. I can tell you that right now. That I know, Tennessee. Oh, they got the Texans. They should win that one. And they got Dallas. And then the Jaguars. And that's it. I was talking about it last night a little bit. We still can't believe how Dallas lost that game last week.
Yeah, they almost lost freaking Houston.
Yeah, I agree.
And but to be fair, so did Kansas City.
I'm going to say this about Kansas City. I've been saying it all year long. They were probably experimenting against the Texans. You know, the Chiefs can afford to do that. You know, next week, New Year's Day, starts off New Year's weekend with the Cowboys at Tennessee. That's next Thursday night. Steelers, Ravens, Dolphins at Foxborough. That will be a big game. Who else is a big game? I'm looking at the schedule right now.
And you know what I'm noticing, Mace? That if you look at the last few years, in my opinion, look at the trend. I think the bye week is hurting a lot of teams because at the end of the day, you're losing your rhythm. Some teams build good momentum going into the season. They get the bye week and they lose that momentum, and they lose to a team that's getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Aaron Rodgers said it was up to him. He have 2 bye weeks.
Yeah, San Francisco was was a good example from last year. Aaron Rodgers sat at home. San Francisco came in with some good momentum and beat them.
So you're saying the 1 seed is not a good thing for these teams?
I mean, some teams, like the New England Patriots, they thrive on it because Bill Belichick is good at the schematics. But if you got one of those teams that's just based off of rhythm and like Miami is, a bye week wouldn't do, and Kansas City too. They probably
I would agree. I think sometimes it's better to play straight out.
Yeah.
No doubt. I agree with that.
And again, until Bucks are eliminated, I'm not counting them out. As crazy as they may sound, I'm not counting them out until they're 100% eliminated.
Which team?
The Buccaneers.
Well, they're in first place. I don't see them losing that division.
Nope.
I think Carolina losing, and I believe the Falcons lost this past week. That division's all Tampa Bay. So all they have to do is win one more game, they'll win it.
Yeah, man.
That's how bad that division is. You know, Dallas should
Yeah,
beat them in the first round,
should.
but you never know.
Yeah.
You just never know.
No, that's why we play the game, man.
That is absolutely correct. That's why they play the games. That's why I told people we're getting all upset about the Dolphins. I said 3 more games. Go. Don't worry about it. Win the next game. That's all. Game at a time. And I said this the other day. You missed it. If you're a Dolphin fan, even though you didn't like the results, you should be proud of your team. This Dolphin team showed a lot of guts playing in the elements in Buffalo and should have
Yeah,
won the game.
I agree 100%.
And I do agree what everybody's saying about Mike McDaniel nationally. He should have kept running the football.
Yep. Hey, man, there's a country song. I don't like pop country, but it's a pop country song, and it says, "Don't outsmart your common sense," and that's what he did. He outsmarted his common sense.
He sure did. He had the perfect game plan. Keep the ball on the ground. Ran for 188 yards. And I would do the same this week if I'm him to keep Rodgers off the field.
Oh yeah.
That will be the thumbnail Sunday. Matt LaFleur and Mike McDaniel,
Big Flair.
proteges. That's right. Disciples of Kyle Shanahan going up against one another. I think LaFleur don't get enough credit for how good of a coach he is. He is a very good coach that's dealing with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And Mike McDaniel is finally realizing that go to what made you a head coach, bro. Forget about the quarterback. Run the football. Just do what you do best. You were a running game coordinator. You know how to run the football, play power football, stick with it. Still how it worked in the snow and the elements in Buffalo. That's called good coaching. For 3.5 quarters.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is gonna be I'm gonna go to Kristen's house on Sunday, and she's going to my house on Christmas Eve. So that's been a tradition since we've been together.
Well,
I asked her, hey, I
no,
said, would it be okay if I watch the game at your mom's house? She said, yep, you can watch it there. So,
my mom will be here on Thursday to spend the weekend with me. Because it's my time to cook.
that's
She
what's up.
cooked for Thanksgiving this year, and I cooking for Christmas.
What you cooking?
Yeah, Tony, get your ass up here, bro. I've been asking for you. Here's the link. I've been asking for Tony to get back in here like an hour ago.
Yeah.
All right, just say I'm old with long I'm not even gonna speak on this stuff. Get this out of here. Already dropped the link. Tony's right on top of you. If you look, all you had to do was look. I dropped it right on top of
What
him. I
you,
noticed he was there. I was looking at the NFL schedule.
what you
I
cooking
got to
though?
put up in.
What you cooking though? What you cooking though, for real, man?
Oh,
What you cooking?
me. For my mother, I'm making her turkey drumsticks for her, and for me, I'll be cooking me some buffalo wings, or maybe
That's what's up.
yeah, man. I mean, I don't get pumped up for the holidays, bro. To me, I look at Christmas as a kid's day. You know, make your kids happy. You
Yeah.
know, I used to make my nephews happy. You know, matter of fact, I think me and my brother overdid it. That was two. Thank God they're grown men now. I don't have to buy them anything.
Oh yeah.
Oh man! All right, Tony. We know what you want to see on Sunday. Um, it's going to be interesting. If you heard Aaron Rodgers in his press conference on Sunday, I mean Monday night after the game, that he is feeling
I just
ready.
watched the Pat McAfee interview on
YouTube.
earlier today.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I'll see it after I do this. But I'll say it right now, folks. And it was 7 degrees with 10-degree wind chill Monday night. The bottom line going into this game to this weekend, he has his arsenal now, and he he believes he's gonna win out. Um, would I put it past him? No, because he did it before back in 2010 as the sixth seed, and back then the sixth seed was the last spot, and he won. He beat Michael Vick in Philly. He destroyed Matt Ryan in Atlanta when Atlanta was the number one seed. And then he went to, I mean, yeah, they was number one. The Bears was number two that year. And a classic championship game in Chicago, he beat the Bears and Soldiers Field. The first time those two franchises ever played for the NFC title game.
This is what I see happening in the NFC. I think Aaron gets in, and I think he ends up. Who's the fifth seed? Mace?
Dallas.
I think he beats Dallas.
No, he don't play Dallas. He plays San Francisco.
I think he beats San Fran.
Wow.
Then he goes. I think he would face. Who would he face in the semifinals? My God, who's number 1 and 2?
Philadelphia.
Who's number 2?
Number 2 is San
No,
Francisco.
San
It will be San Francisco.
So then he'll play Philadelphia.
Yeah. So I think he beats San Fran. Then he beats Philly. Then he goes to. Am I missing a team?
I will predict if that's the way you're saying it, then he'll play the NFC title game either in Minnesota or at the Giants. Going deep, Tony.
Yeah. No.
I don't know if he beats San Francisco.
He beats Minnesota. He beats Minnesota. And can you imagine if Aaron makes it to the Super Bowl to shut people up, Mace?
There'll be a lot of people happy in the NFL. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what Mark. No, go ahead, Shake.
No, I just said we'll see what happens then. I don't think it's gonna happen, but hey,
Aaron can go on a run. He's done it before. What year was it that they won the Super Bowl, Mace?
I just said it, 2010.
Yeah.
2010. With 17 players on the IR.
Yeah, and I warned people. Me and Shake talked about it, and he was being rational, and he was being rational about it. But I was warning people that Aaron was going to come fighting for a playoff spot, and people are still thinking we're going to beat beat them down,
Tell you
which
right
is
now, they
ridiculous.
lose to Green Bay, boy. Whew. What a week we're gonna have next week.
But like I was telling you, Anthony, I said, remember in all the other panels, I said, can you name one game where they said, oh, we're not gonna, we're gonna struggle this game? No, every game, every team, those fans think, oh, this is gonna be an easy win. This is gonna be an easy win. You remember?
Yeah, no, and in their mind, they think Aaron's past his prime.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense to me. With how he's playing right now, it doesn't look like he's past his prime. Does it, Mace?
Nope. I just said one thing. From looking at him Monday night, he can't handle cold weather no more.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm saying. I think he ends up going to a warm weather state, maybe Vegas or if Tom Brady, no, not Tom Brady, or San Francisco.
I can see that, but if that kid wins a Super Bowl, I don't see it.
Hey, Shake, I have a question for you. Let's say we didn't trade, like let's say we had some of our draft capital that we traded for Tyreek. Would you have given it up for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, yes. We still have Waddle. We still have Gesicki. I wouldn't have got rid of Parker.
That's a number mistake that McDaniels made. He has totally phased out Gesicki. He don't like Gesicki at all.
No, because I think Gesicki was the one that called out Tua, like on the offensive side.
Yeah, because with Aaron Rodgers, Gesicki will be a weapon. Like I said, we wouldn't have drafted. I wouldn't have traded Devontae Parker. That's for sure. Like I said, with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Parker, and Jalen Waddle. Oh man, that would have been with Gesicki. I think that would have been a good receiving.
You would rather have You would rather have Devontae Parker over Tyreek Hill?
No, I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Parker over Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, and let's not forget. Like, this is what I don't.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Devontae Parker is a world beater, but think about his best statistical year with Fitzpatrick, and Aaron Rodgers is a better Fitzpatrick. What he could accomplish. Just saying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. I just see him in Nashville. I don't know why. A lot of people are saying that too. You know, because with white guys, you guys. One thing about white dudes, bro, they have a different psyche than we do.
Yeah.
No, but you understand where we're coming from, Ace. You said he doesn't want to be dealing with cold weather anymore. You really think he wants to be playing in Tennessee?
His type of people, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Why you think Peyton Manning went out of the family lineage and he didn't go to Mississippi, Ole Miss, like his dad and his father? He went to Tennessee. There's a lot of reasons why. Why you think Peyton Manning, when you see how he really is, he's wearing jeans, cowboy boots, and a Stetson hat?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like he's a country dude, basically.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the type of guy that he's the type of guy that when he's around his type of people, he likes being there. Green Bay is not his type of people.
I have a question. Is he basically? Would you say Aaron's a country bumpkin where he came from?
No, he's the type of guy that he likes.
Aaron Rodgers is a hipster.
Yeah, he's a dude's dude. You know what that means, Tony?
He's down to earth.
He could get along with anybody, black, white, blue, green. He's just a dude.
You can drink a beer with him, basically.
Yes. He's just a dude. This bad when he's dealing with media people, he makes sure he lets the media people know that he's smarter than them. That's why he's an ass clown.
Oh, you know who's like that too? A dude, Stone Cold Steve Austin in real life. He's the type of person that just he can hang out with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and this is why I think, being that you guys say he's kind of a hipster, being that Shake said he's kind of a hipster,
Yeah.
he would fit well in that in like in like Chelsea and stuff, that area in New York.
No, but hipsters are in Brooklyn. No, New
Yeah,
I
York
would
is
say
not.
California.
New York is not him. Seattle would be perfect for him too.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
from the
for
he's
sure.
from the West Coast. That is a very, 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 very friendly medium for a guy like Aaron Rodgers. They'll never criticize him. Aaron got that condescending, educated wit about him, and those people out there love that. I said
yeah.
it. Hey, why you think the Legion of Boom was more popular than Russell Wilson? Because those guys were highly educated people. You could talk to Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor,
Oh
Bobby
wait,
Wagner.
so Russell wasn't really a highly educated guy?
No, but Russell Wilson was a phony. Why you think everybody's kicking him down this year, bro?
Okay.
And you know, it's funny. You know, it's funny. I just thought of something what Richard Sherman said. Because how do you feel that NI deals will affect Stanford's recruiting? Because you know he's from Stanford, and
Yeah.
then go to Alabama. He goes, no, we're not here at Stanford. We don't recruit the same players that Alabama recruits.
Which means,
we recruit for a different type of.
yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Besides Richard Sherman, they recruit legacy and rich kids normally. That's Stanford.
No, actually,
Am I
they just
correct?
no, they recruit Stanford. No, they recruit higher intellect people. You have
And
to
they
have a
talk
certain.
funny.
I think you have to have a certain. Yeah, you have to have a certain. Same thing with Notre Dame. You have to have
Andrew
a
Luck.
certain.
Andrew Luck is the perfect example of that.
Yeah, and the beat writer used to be for the Dolphins. I forgot his name many, many years ago. Damn.
Uh,
I forgot my
does he
man's
work for
name.
ESPN now? I know who you're talking about.
No, he doesn't work for ESPN. Damn, I forgot. Oh, Cole. Cole.
Cole.
Jason Cole. He's another one. That they talk, the Stanford snobs talk with a nasal. Like when you listen to Andrew Luck, he talks with like a nasal. When you
Yeah.
talk like that, that means you're better. You think you're better than everybody else.
See, that's weird. Aaron doesn't go from Stanford, but he has that like attitude.
Well, he went to Cal, which is a bunch of hippies. That's why he goes to the places he goes to. And you're like, well, I want to go wherever that place is he says he goes to. You know, people look at him sideways. Yeah, Aaron's one of those. Like, Aaron Rodgers will be on the show, Tony, like Survivor.
Oh, like Survivor or one of these survival shows,
Naked
basically.
and Afraid. That's Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Oh, good lord! I don't need to see that
Seriously,
image.
he's that type of guy, bro. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the type of guy that he
He's
wear
a
a grass
weirdo,
skirt.
basically.
He'll wear a grass skirt, naked, and just be chilling wherever some crazy island he'll go to. Yeah, that's him.
He's a weirdo, basically.
He's a guy that thinks he's just smarter than you. Well, he's a good dude.
See that's see right there. What you just said is a contradiction. He acts like he's better. He acts like he's better than you, but he's a down to earth dude. That doesn't.
You got to understand where this is where this is. Okay, I'll give you an example. To his boys, who he rolls with, David Bakhtiari, Randall Cobb. He's a cool dude. You know, you can get along with him. He's good to those guys. But when it comes to me and you, he ain't talking to us. He just walked right past us.
Even if we knew football,
he don't care. He just doesn't really socialize with fans. Got in trouble for that too. No, true story. There was a young lady. Yeah, go ahead, Tony. Yeah, I'll tell you the story.
So Brett was more of a fan friendly guy compared to compared to Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron's more like, what the hell what? and this keeps walking. Yeah, the story was the year they won the Super Bowl. They was coming. They was going to the airplane in Green Bay for the playoffs, and there was a young lady in a wheelchair, and he didn't even sign. Um, you see, he didn't autograph this. Totally ignored the young girl. Has his sunglasses on. That's the type of guy he is. I saw it. Matter of fact, I saw something last night. Will interest you, Tony. They did how much Brett Favre and him didn't like each other. You know, like why Brett Favre didn't like Aaron Rodgers. And
What?
that was a good piece I watched yesterday before I came up here to do the show. Yeah, I just didn't speak about it yesterday, but yeah, it's fascinating how Brett Favre used to treat him. And
No, and apparently you brought up.
yeah, go ahead, Tony. All right, Manzano's signal went out. Shake Money dropped down. Let me read the chat real quick. I'll be getting out of here in a half an hour, so. No, I forgot I'll be getting out here in 20 minutes. Goddamn, time flies fast.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead,
what I
Tony.
was saying. Peyton has that same issue. Apparently, she doesn't like signing autographs for fans either. Manning, Peyton,
Yeah,
he's very like stuck up and he thumbs his nose at people.
I didn't know that about when I met him. He was cool with me. Well, I guess because he's Peyton Manning, you know.
I bet you Tom Brady's like that too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Was there a quarterback that back when you were a kid, mate, that was like that, very stuck up and snooty?
Uh, I know Montana was a good dude. Marino, I heard I know Shake has had bad experiences as co-workers, but I was told Marino's great.
How
Matter of
about Bob
fact,
Greasy?
I think Bob has issues. I heard a story about Marino about a buddy of mine. He was in a convention, and he's a big Dolphins fan, and he was at dinner, and who was sitting across from him was Dan Marino. So he didn't bother Marino. But when Marino got up to pay the bill, he went up to him and he just thanked him for his greatness. And Marino signed everything he wanted to have signed. And the only thing he wanted signed was what you call it? Just a napkin. And there was no cell phones back then. This was the mid to late 90s. And he told us that Marino was great to him. You know, Marino didn't have to be that way. So we got exactly 16 minutes left for the morning show. I'll be back tonight for the NBA. And again, two big events happened this morning in the wee hours of the night. We lost the great Franco Harris. We're still trying to find out cause of death. And Carlos Correa, and I talked about this while Tony was gone, with Grinder, signs a 12-year, $315 million deal with the New York Mets. And now the New York Mets are clearly better than the New York Yankees. And that owner, Stephen Cohn, set out his mission. He got the job done. Me and Grinder talked about this real quick. I said it would have been better if they would have signed Judge instead of Correa. And then you would really have the Yankee Met war going on.
No, no, and the funny part about that, Mace, the Correa thing, I'm like, Jesus, Sean beat me to the punch again with a baseball news. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Yes, Sean doing his job. EM, I wish he would have came up last night. He was in the chat. Hopefully we'll get EM tonight.
I won't be able to. Oh, Mace, by the way, I won't be able to. I'm not gonna be able to join the show tonight because of I'm gonna be flying to Vegas.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You have a good Christmas in Vegas, bro. And be careful out there. The strip can be brutal.
Oh, hey, by the way, Mace, what did you say about Bob Greasy? I didn't hear you. You got disconnected.
I said Greasy could be a little rough. In other words, Greasy's a very antisocial person.
He's not stuck up, but he doesn't like dealing with people.
Yeah, Bob. I don't care. That is one guy. That whole group I would love to meet before I die.
Were you able to meet Jake Scott or the
None of
other
them,
safety?
bro. But I would love to meet. Like, if they had a big card convention and all of them was there, I would definitely go. I would definitely go.
I heard Zonka's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, I forget Bob is Larry, but he's forgotten. But to me, he is always gonna be the all-time great Dolphin, bro. I'm always gonna put Zonka number one. I put Zonka one, Warfield two, without a doubt, bro. Without Paul Warfield there, I don't know what they would be. You got the greatest receiver in his time. For two number ones, are you effing kidding me? It's amazing about the Dolphins' lineage. They trade a number one for Don Shula. They trade two number ones for Paul Warfield. And look at the dynasty they built with no number ones.
I have a question.
Actually, I thought they lost that number one.
That number one for Shula? Which one for Shula?
They got it was actually wasn't a trade. It was like they did with whatchamacallit. They caught Shula tampering with the Colts. The Dolphins tampered with Shula, and then they forfeited the number one pick.
I would have forfeited it too.
Oh, what I was gonna ask you, Mason, with that trade, the Warfield trade specifically, did the Browns end up doing anything with those picks?
No.
So they basically screwed the pooch with those picks. They didn't do anything.
No, they didn't do anything. No. No.
And for me, I can't believe I'm saying this. Even though I take my homer, this sounds like a homer statement. I think Paul Warfield is above. In my honest opinion, I think Warfield's above Jerry Rice.
I believe that too, but the problem with that is, unless you're my age or older, no one saw Paul Warfield's greatness. They don't remember. A lot of people saw Jerry Rice's greatness. I look. At least they're 1-2. I give the NFL Network that. I don't have a problem with that.
You know what's going to happen when they do the tight ends list, Mace? Patriots fans are going to be pissed off if they don't put Gronk number one.
I hate to say this, Tony. Kelsey's going to be number one, bro.
You think he breaks all the tight end records from Gonzalez?
Kelsey's going to be number one.
No, that's what I'm saying. You think he breaks all Tony Gonzalez's records?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mace,
Yeah.
who was for you, in your honest opinion, who is the greatest tight end you saw play when you were in their prime, like not from the new millennium, but from like the 90s, the 90s, 80s, 90s, and 70s? From when you were a kid and like when you were a teenager and stuff like that.
Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie?
Very close second, Shannon Sharp.
How about were you old enough to see Casper?
Yeah.
Dave Casper?
Yeah, Casper was great too, but he's not with Shannon Sharp or Ozzie Newsome,
Was Ozzy a Raider?
Cleveland Browns.
Oh, okay. Oh, he was in that the was he after or before? Was he at the same time as Jim, or was he after?
Way after. He was with Bernie Kosar, man.
Oh, is Bernie another guy like that? Very standoffish.
Yo, you know, a lot of people who know me know that I love Kosar to death because of Miami. I love him. So one day I got the pleasure of talking to him on that 640 radio station. I forgot what it's called in Miami.
640 WIOD.
Yeah. I got, because Armando Salguero used to have a show, so he used to co-host with Bernie Kosar. I got to talk to Bernie Kosar, and I told Bernie, I said, man, if I ever get your jersey, because he was laughing, I submit you a mess sold out. I said, can you do me a favor and personally autograph? He said, sure. Anything you want on the house, I'll sign for you.
Wait, is Bernie the same guy that I think you, me, and Vader or someone were talking about, that he always talked about himself in the third person?
That's Boomer and Esiason.
Oh, Boomer.
Kosar, complete opposite. Kosar, great guy, bro. Cleveland's lucky they have him to represent, bro.
Bernie was a very down to earth guy. Like
Yes,
he
he
was.
is.
Oh, okay.
And he's the man, bro. Mm-hmm.
Taking away his performance in the NFL, were you a big fan of Vinny in Miami?
No,
You hated Testaverde?
at first, but then I gained to respect him. He is from Long Island. He's from Elmont.
You know, it's crazy when you look at the string of quarterbacks that the Hurricanes had back then. I know they weren't really successful in, besides Bernie. Uh, but look at the quarterbacks they had. Compare them to the quarterbacks that I think Florida State really didn't have. Besides Charlie Ward and stuff like that, I don't think Florida State really had, and maybe Jameis and stuff like that. But they didn't really have a history of great quarterback play.
I feel you, Akuma. That's pretty cool what he just said, because he's bumped into Franco Harris many a times. That's why I wanted to talk to him. And he said that just now, he said he never thought to take a picture with him. And I know he's punching himself. Yeah, he didn't.
That when I heard that, I'm like, this. When that thing that news came across, I know I'm not a Steelers fan, but when that news came across, I'm like, this has to be a prank. There is no way Franco Harris passed away.
And the whole league was celebrating him this week, too. They was going to show the Immaculate Reception game on Friday. He's the football life on Friday night. Now I'm going to watch that.
Like I said earlier in the stream, it's kind of eerie. There must have been, the NFL must have known there was something wrong with him.
And I agree with you with that point. I do agree with that.
Like it I think they're gonna. I'm surprised they don't do a football life for like Nick Bonacani for the Dolphins.
Yeah, they don't like the Dolphins, Tony.
Oh, okay.
They just don't. The media.
Have they done a football life on Brett?
Yeah. Matter of fact, Brett Favre had part 1 and part 2.
Is Brett this is an honest question. Is Brett a guy like that would talk about himself in the third person?
Yep.
Oh,
But the reason why they love Brett, he's a good old boy. He's from Mississippi.
Oh, Mace, I have a question. In your honest opinion, who has a bigger ego, Esiason or Favre?
Esiason.
Boomer was a good quarterback, right?
Yes, he was. Won an MVP, went to the Super Bowl. Yes, he was.
Hey, by the way, Tony, I just I want you to put this in context. There's a saying, it ain't talking shit if you could back it up. And Brett Favre backed it up. Boomer
Hell
didn't.
yeah.
No, but what we're talking about, it's not the talking trash part. It what annoyed people about them. They would talk about themselves in the third person.
No,
Like-
Favre was well loved and celebrated here.
But no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He had a right to have an ego because he had the success. Boomer didn't.
Until Favre started talking, until Favre started doing stupid shit on the field. That's what pissed people off about him.
That and sending dick pics to
And he didn't
Oh,
care either. Brett Favre didn't care. He threw those dumb interceptions. He was like, so what? I'm Brett Favre. Who are you?
Yeah, no, Brett. Between Brett, when I look at Brett and John didn't seem like he made a ton of mistakes. Elway? Was Elway like that, where he would throw dumb interceptions at the wrong time? Or
Hell yeah.
Elway?
Yes, the only one who didn't do that was your boy.
Marino?
Exactly.
I think Manning, out of all the quarterbacks in the new millennium, Mace, I think he is the smartest one. I don't think he never threw dumb interceptions. Peyton?
But you know what kills Peyton? Brady beat him most of the time head to head. Brady 7 rings, Manning 2, and his brother 2. And in New York, Peyton gets no respect.
Which I don't. I think, honestly, Peyton. I don't understand why people hate Peyton so much. The guy seems like he's a nice person.
They don't hate him. I just said in New York they don't like him because they believe his brother's better.
Oh, what are you guys smoking in New York? What the hell?
Did Peyton beat the GOAT? The self-proclaimed GOAT, by the way.
He wasn't. They were in the same conference. He beat him.
They were in the same conference. They played every year.
Yes, they. Brady and Peyton during the regular season, they have a 500 record against each other.
I don't know about that. I think Peyton Manning only won one time in New England, bro.
No, I think Peyton won.
Peyton only beat him one. Peyton beat him twice in the championship game. You want to give him credit for 2015 with his broken neck? You could. But the first time he beat him, he was lucky. 2006.
No, I'm talking about the regular season. I think he beat him more than once. He actually beat him like 3 or 4 times in New England.
He never beat him in New England. Let's do this, folks. Again, he only beat him in New England once. I know this for a fact.
I thought he beat him more than once.
Dude. Manzano, you clearly out there, bro. Tom Brady, bro, ran laps around Indianapolis, bro.
Oh, okay. No. I'm maybe thinking his record against them at home in what's it
We're
called?
gonna do this right now.
I'm talking about. I'm maybe thinking of his record at home at Lucas Oil.
All right, here we go. Despite Tom Brady's great record against Peyton, 10-4. 10-4.
Thank you.
10-4? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew I was right.
Wait. So it's the other way around for Peyton. He's 4-10 against Brady.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And reason why they don't like Peyton this town, he's not his brother.
Let's forget the fact that Eli can't hold a candle to his brother. Let's not let's not even go there.
It doesn't go. It doesn't work like that in the biggest city in the world, though.
Yeah, no, it's delusion. That's
It's
what it
not
is. It's
delusion.
delusion.
He beat is Eli Manning 2-0 against Belichick and Brady.
Yeah, I
There
know
you go.
that.
That's
No. I know that, but I understand he beat him twice. But what I'm saying is that pay
And the
Peyton.
best stage, and the biggest stage of all.
Yeah, no, but when you look at
Pastor, what's up, bro? Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
but what I'm saying is, I hate when I deal with Giants fans down here in Florida, and they say Eli is a better quarterback than Peyton, like overall.
Well, that's what they believe here. The man delivered 2 Super Bowls.
Well, in terms of talent, I'm saying talent wise.
Tony, I agree with you, but I can't talk with these people here. Then they're gonna throw in my face. When the last time Marino won a Super Bowl? And they've done that here many times to me.
Hey, well, check this out. Here's the best point. If Tua wins the Super Bowl, the fans here are going to say, "Oh man, Tua won the Super Bowl, so he's better than Dan Marino."
You better believe that. You better believe it.
That's
You
BS.
better believe that, bro.
I know that, but that's ridiculous. That's stupidity right there.
Why is that stupidity? We know he's better, but why is that stupid? Let these millennial fans have their guy. That's
I'm a millennial fan. Me and Pete are millennial fans. We're not gonna believe that crap.
I never said
Technically,
you,
I
Tony.
found out technically I'm a millennial too, because it's from 78. It's from 77 or something like that.
81 to 98. You're the last of Generation X, Shake.
Yeah.
You with me. I'm the oldest of Generation X. And you're right, the youngest. Generation X is from 65 to 79. I mean to 80. 65 to 80.
So 81 is when the millennial generation
Millennial,
started.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my nephews are millennials. Yeah, they're both.
I think I'm the middle generation of the millennial.
You and my nephew, you're the same age as them. So.
Oh, your nephew was born in 90?
91.
91? Oh, I'm older than him by 1 year then. Okay.
Yeah, they were 91.
Yeah, no, and I hate when people do that. Like, I'm not. That's delusional right there. What you're saying that.
Remember when I had Wacky up here, Tony, a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
And he was getting on me about how great Aaron Judge is. And I brought up players like Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, and he didn't want to hear nothing about that.
Yeah.
I wonder what Wacky's going to feel now that the Mets are clearly better.
Yep. Yankee Universe is not going to like that.
Of course not. Hey, Yankee Universe, listen. You got your guy back. Okay? You got your slugger back. And I respect the hell out of Aaron Judge, so I'm not knocking him, Yankee fan. I'm back now. Where's the help behind him?
Apparently, they might trade for Tatis.
Yeah, Tatis will be on the block. He will be. And they'll give his money to Soto.
And Mace, this is an honest question. Like,
yeah.
I can't stand my generation when it comes to the Dolphins fans.
Yes, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'm a millennial, and I respect Dan Marino for what he is. I understand he didn't win a Super Bowl, but the guy had to carry a team that had no defense and no running game, basically.
You're right. You're right.
And I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't want to diminish his greatness, but I kind of blame a little bit. Besides Dan Marino, I blame it a little bit on Shula. Also, not trading for the right people.
Back in those days, Tony, in the 90s, everything was new. Free agency, salary cap. You know.
When did the salary cap come in, Mace?
Early 90s. I think it was 92.
What were the contracts really bloated back then?
In yesterday's world, no, they were more sensible compared to today. Super Bowl 9 and Super Bowl 13. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. If you want to see Franco Harris at his peak. There you go, brother. I just put it in the chat. 9 and 13, brother. Family. 10
a lot
was
of
late
people
on.
that we talk about the immaculate reception all the time, Mace.
Watch that Friday night, Akuma, the immaculate reception game. Yeah, go ahead, Menza.
Yeah, no, but everybody talks about that. Like, people are still debating if that even was a catch.
You know what it is? The media just loves the Steelers, bro.
They don't want to diminish the Steelers. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they love the Steelers. No problem, Akuma, and enjoy that, bro. Enjoy those games, man.
Yeah, no, and Mace,
Yeah.
like you said, you don't blame me for the way I act towards my generation. They disrespect Dan Marino. I don't care if Tua wins a Super Bowl. To me, Dan Marino is the greatest Dolphins quarterback ever.
Oh, I'm going with Bob Greasy, bro. Bob Greasy got it done. He has as many MVPs as Marino does. 1. And he got one thing about Greasy I love about him. I told you this the other day. He got better when his weapons left. Thank you, Nat Moore. Real talk. I'm serious what I just said. Thank you, Nat Moore. Helen Winslow. Yeah, you can say that. Cortland, good morning to you, family. Good to see you in here. You can say Kellen Winslow. You could say that.
I never saw Kellen Winslow, senior play, Mace.
Watch the Dolphin Charger game, playoff game 1982, January the 2nd. I knew exactly where I was. Watch that whole game, and you'll see how great Winslow is, and you'll see how great Don Strock was as a backup quarterback.
Yeah, no, and a lot of people said Kellen Winslow broke his fingers during that game. Like, he played with broken fingers most of that game.
And also watch the crowd in the Orange Bowl. That's the way the Dolphin fans used to be until they built that bullshit Joe Robbie Stadium, and those fans went away, which was fucking horrible. But they're getting it back now, the Dolphins, and I know I'm making fun with Green Bay this Sunday, but I promise you one thing, folks. There will be 70,000 white handkerchiefs in that crowd Sunday in Miami. You can bet on that.
You better hope that our fans are not dominated by Green Bay fans.
No, I don't see it. No.
Their fans travel well.
It's Christmas Day, bro. And at the time, the Dolphins were like 8-3. Those fans ain't giving up those tickets, bro. 59 and sunny Sunday in Miami for kickoff.
Have they updated? I know it says. Are you gonna continue updating it as the week goes on? Because sometimes
things change. Yeah, like here we expect a snowstorm on Friday, and then freezing. We'll have Green Bay weather this weekend here in New York. It'll be like 10 degrees here on Saturday and Sundays.
Jesus, wait, you guys are gonna have 10-degree weather there?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
This weekend, yeah. Yeah, man. When you live in the Northeast, you get used to it. You know, I grew up with it. And when I was out west, it was totally different. It rained all the damn time. And like I said, I had to wear a windbreaker every day, which I didn't mind. You know, it's better than a damn winter coat.
When you used to go to, did you ever go during the winter to like Washington State, Mace?
Yeah, it's like from my house. It's like my old house was like 45 minutes away.
Washington State?
Yeah.
Wait, from New York?
No. I used to live out there. I used to be out in Salem, man. Oregon.
Oh, you lived in Salem, Oregon?
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
How far is Salem from Portland?
About an hour.
and you're pretty close to the border, and you can get to
Hey,
Seattle.
no, Seattle's all the way up, man. Seattle's at the end of the United States. It's the last big city in America.
Oh, when you go on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there, bro.
How far are you from Tacoma?
Tacoma's all the way south, so probably Tacoma like about an hour and a half. Seattle, you know what's crazy about Seattle? People don't know this. They had to go all the way down to Tacoma to go to the airport. That's sick. I'm glad I never flew out there. That's why when the Seahawks play, they get the escort. You ever seen that? And the fans are waving at them on the freeway with the 12 flags. And yet, folks, it's the fourth popular team in town.
Yeah, it's the Mariners.
The Mariners are 3.
Supersonics.
No Supersonics. No one cares about them.
The Sounders.
Number 1. Washington
Possibly.
Huskies is number 2.
Eventually, it's gonna be the Kraken.
No. Ooh. You know they sent Shane Knight back to the minors.
They did?
Yep. It's a head case, man. I can see why Montreal bypassed him.
It seems like half of these top draft picks have issues.
Good for you, family. Enjoy that Super Bowl, Kuma. Enjoy it. It's a good one. It's a great game, too. I'm not going to tell you the outcome, but it's an awesome game. Enjoy that.
Did you have a favorite Steeler player, Miss?
No.
Or a Cowboys player?
Oh,
back
yeah.
then?
Cowboys. I loved it. Back then, Drew Pearson.
The original 88.
Yeah, Drew Pearson. Love Drew Pearson. And the only reason I loved him, as a little boy, I had a big afro, so he had an afro.
Were you a big fan of Captain America?
Hell yeah. Starbuck? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Wait, was Dorsett Starbuck?
Him too. Yeah, him too. I love Tony Dorsett. And Tony, I love your niece more, family. I love me some Lisa Salters. I love your niece.
Oh, she I didn't know she was related to Dorsett.
Oh, yeah. Well,
okay, yeah. Hey, Mace, I'm gonna have to jump off because I think
problem, man. And plus, I'm getting off anyway. But before I do, go, Tony. You can go. I'll see you tonight. We're gonna do all football tonight.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be. Remember, I'm flying.
I forgot. Yeah, we'll see you when we see you, bro.
Okay.
All right.
See you
Have
after
a safe
New
trip.
Year's then.
All right, man. Be good, man. Thanks for coming, Tony Manzano. I like to thank, of course, Raven Knight. It's a Kuma. Enjoy those Super Bowls. Cortland Hall popped in. Good to see Cortland. Just Jay. Pasa $40. Good to see him. Let's see who else. Shake Money. Safe travels, Tony. See who else was in here today. We'll talk NFL tonight, everybody. Plus, Milwaukee's at Cleveland tonight. We'll have a big NBA Friday night along with the football. We'll rock it on Friday night, folks. And tomorrow night, number 1 grinder. And tomorrow night, we'll celebrate Mr. Miami's birthday. And again, Correa goes to the Mets. And rest in peace to one of the all-time great players in the NFL, Franco Harris. Well, I'm way late taking my medicine. All right, gang. I'll see you 7 o'clock tonight. Peace to you too, Cortland. I love you, man. Don't be a stranger, bro. And happy holidays to you and your family, to everybody in here today. Appreciate you, people in the clouds. I appreciate you too. Enjoy your day. It's going to be lunchtime in about 45 minutes here on the East Coast. And everybody, good morning to everybody across the country. And I'll see you guys tonight, 7 o'clock. Bucks at Cavaliers. And we'll do the NFL tonight also. Have a good day, everybody. Raven, I'll catch you in one of these rooms in the spirit, bro. Love you all, man. Kuma, enjoy those Super Bowl games. You'll love them. And you'll love Franco's performances, the big runs. And I appreciate you guys, man. Have a great day, everybody. See you tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And this is for you, Raven. As you said it, here you go. This is for Raven Knight before I go off the air. Bang. There you go, Raven. There you go, family. We'll see you tonight, everybody. Let me see who else is dropping in the same. Yeah, I'll be safe, man. Yeah, I won't forget. Love you guys, man. See you tonight.